Well, good morning, guys. Bernie Albertson here. B&D and Anna Lee and Samantha. FullTime RV. My glasses always reflect, so I'm going to move them up here a little bit. We got back yesterday evening from a trip to northeastern Arizona, up around Globe. Mining country, and we made a video that we'll bring to you eventually, next couple of days probably, and I'll be doing a voiceover. Very interesting trip, beautiful scenery. But on the way back I was thinking, and I thought about some things that you need to know or need to consider before you start full-time RVing. Now, when my wife and I made the decision to do this, we knew nothing about full-time RVing. We kind of learned as we go, and as I've said before, we've been full-time RVing for 12 years plus. So, some of those things that we've learned, I'd like to share with you. Let me look at my note here. Things you need and you don't need. Now that's a big one. We had a home by the lake, good sized home, and we just got rid of it. We got rid of. Now, not everybody does this, but if you're going to full-time RV, you got a full-time RV. We got rid of some beautiful furniture, china, odds and ends of silverware, TVs, virtually everything. Big riding lawnmower and things that I held near and dear, I'm telling you, because I was a gardener. Rototillers, things of that nature. And we gave them to the kids, and we gave them to Goodwill. We gave them to a lot of people. So before you start, figure out what you're going to need. For example, we travel when it's where it's cool in the summer, and where it's warm in the winter. Everybody does that. So what do you need? You need short pants and t-shirts. Maybe you need a sport coat and a pair of slacks and a pair of dress shoes for when you go out to eat. Though I must confess, when we go out to eat, it's usually on a patio, grilling something. Occasionally we'll go to a restaurant. And when we do, the restaurants that we normally go to are very casual. So blue jeans, shorts, shirts, pullover shirt with a collar. Donna wears sporty blouses and slacks or shorts and gym shoes or tennis shoes, and that type of thing. So you've got to figure out what you need and what you don't need. Things that are really important to you, you'll find a way to take with you. The rest of it can always be replaced at some point in time if you want to settle back down again. Personally, once you get it into your blood, you're going to like being gypsies. I can tell you that right now. Secondly, I got to thinking about how big of an RV do you need? Now, when Donna and I started shopping for RVs, we looked at, oh my, it must have been hundreds. And we looked at Class A's, we looked at truck campers, we looked at pull behinds, we looked at pop-ups, and we settled on a Class C. We settled on the Class C because it fit our lifestyle. Had plenty of light inside. The bed or the couch jackknifed out into a bed, and we put a sheet on there of an evening and a couple of pillows and a blanket, and bang, you're all set. Had a nice bathroom, had a nice rear kitchen, big windows, and you've seen it. Well, you've seen it. If you watched our videos, you've seen it. So you need to decide how big of an RV you need. Do you want to take your entire home with you? A lot of people do. And a lot of people end up being sorry that they did. Now, I've been sitting on a parking lot in a in a grocery store, waiting on my wife to buy groceries and bring them out, and we then load them again in the camper and put them in the refrigerator, or we put them in the cabinets, canned goods, and so on and so forth. And on 3 different occasions in the last year, I've had a person my age, and I'm 76, had a person my age walk up and say, "How big is that?" And I would tell them. And they'd say, "How do you get along in it?" And I would tell them, "Well, we're full-time RVers. And we've had it 12 years, and it does just fine. When we're driving on the road, I drive 50, 55, and I get anywhere from 9 to 11 miles a gallon, depending on where we are and whether we're in the mountains or whether we're not, you know." So, and they would say, 2 of them said, "What I've got's too big. I'm getting older, and I don't trust myself with it anymore. It's just too much for me to handle, and we're thinking about going smaller." And so I tell them what we have in here. And they would say, "Sounds good to me." So kind of decide on what you want. We've all seen fifth wheels that are absolutely enormous, and people are happy with them. I've seen people that are happy with A-liners. My wife and I years ago had an A-liner. It's a thing that goes that's shaped like this and sets up in 30 seconds. A lot of people are happy with truck campers. It all depends on what you want, what you need, and how you intend to live. Thirdly, where do you want to go? Well, that's not a difficult decision. As I said before, my wife and I go where it's warm in winter and cool in the summer. In the summer, you can tour the southern United States. Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and on in the winter. In the summer, Utah, Oregon, Washington, the Idahos, Kansas, Missouri, northern Texas, Arizona, Ohio, Illinois, on and on, clear up into the states we've been up to Maine. So it just depends on where you want to go. Whatever it is, it just is. Now, before I go to the next one, I'll tell you. People will say, "Well, how much mileage do you get?" And I'll say, "Well, let me put it this way. We live in this. We eat in it, we sleep in it. And until gas gets over $5 a gallon, I'm money ahead." So, that's where that is. And that's how that works. The next one, number 4. Number 4, are you going to get along? When we were shopping for RVs, we had a gentleman that was showing us RVs, and he said, "Now, I would recommend an RV with at least 3 slides. If you don't, you'll be at each other's throats in a month." Well, Donna, you remember that? My wife and I worked together for 13 years, side by side. We live together in this 25-foot RV. We don't argue, we don't fight, we love one another, we enjoy each other's company. So it just depends on, on whether if you're not getting along now, you won't get along in RV. If you are getting along now, you will get along in RV. A man has to give 90%, a woman has to give 10%. I'm sorry, but it has to be a 50-50. I'm sorry, honey. It has to be a 50-50 deal. So you can get along and things will work out for you, but it's important. You're going to be close together and you're going to be doing things together. We sit on the patio of a morning and have coffee and a bagel, or coffee and an English muffin, or coffee and coffee. But it's important that you get along. And the last one, you need to know why you're doing it. And I'm not sure that question can be answered until you do it. and until you get on the road. And you're on the road for a while. Let me give you an example. When we sold our home and took off in this RV, as I said before, we flipped a coin on which way to go. And we did it, now that we look back at it, because, as I said, we were tired of putting roofs on, and we always had big houses, and the kids would come sometimes, and sometimes they wouldn't. And we had mowing yards all the time and gardening, and we just wanted to spend some time for ourselves. I'm 76, my wife is 66. And you're right, she's 10 years younger than me, very beautiful, and I'm extremely fortunate. But then again, so is she, because, I mean, look what she's got, right? Okay, so you have to know why you're doing it when you make the initial decision. If you have an income, retirement income, you have Social Security and another income, or savings, or 401ks, or whatever it is, just do it, you know. We don't live forever. We can't take a single penny with us, not a penny. If your money's in your caskets, then chances are somebody's going to reach in there and get it before they put you in the ground anyway. So, just do it. Follow your heart. Follow the sun. Follow your good times, you know, and your mind. Follow your love. Follow your desires. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoy my never-ending talk, subscribe to us. Let us know what you think. We love you guys. We're Christians. We enjoy sharing with you, so I'll just say God bless, and I'll see you the next time.